here we go. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I think I did not kill my volume on my phone. One moment. I did not. All right. Good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. It is Friday. I think I think on Wednesday's stream, I said it was Friday on Wednesday's stream, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes the days kind of roll together. It does happen, unfortunately. It's part of that good old age thing, and that's one of the fun things we get to deal with, right? So, and then I got done. I'm like, wait a minute. So, yeah. All right. So, I just want to remind everybody before we get going here, if we have any problems with the stream, any problems with the interaction, if I get booted off of here, YouTube has a tendency to do that, even though, and I will say it, the last 4 streams have gone well. You never know. So let's just try to be positive and think that hopefully we can get this in with no issues. But if I do have any problems, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. All right. So that's number 1. So you may not get notification. And yeah, Mr. Ed was a horse. Yes, he was. I remember. You know why I know that for sure? Because I grew up in an era when I was young where they would say, "Oh, you're Mr. Ed, the talking horse." I remember those days. Oh, yeah. Get down. Hella? Get down. Good girl. So anyway, also would like to remind everybody, family-friendly stream, please. No racism, no nastiness. I ask everybody to be decent with each other. And so we're not just going to tolerate any nonsense. If you can't follow those simple rules, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will give you the boot out of here. Okay. So before we get into everything, whose fault is it? We're going to talk about that. Got a couple other things I definitely want to address as well. But before we get into that, I just wanted to give you guys an update about the Prepper get-together. All right. I talked with the lady today, and we had a conversation. I am meeting them tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I will be meeting them down at the camp. We're going to be discussing some things. If everything can come together, then I will have an absolute date. So what I'm thinking, guys, just to put it out here just ahead of time, and we're going to have to see if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to hold on one second. All right. I want to give you what I'm thinking. So in July, I'm thinking the 16th, 17th, and 18th of July, which is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I got to make sure it's going to coordinate with these people that we can do this and get all that going. But that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So again, I'm meeting with them tomorrow. So as soon as I can facilitate this, and if it's going to work at this place, I will let you guys know immediately, and we will go from there, and we'll get it all set up. And if that's the case, if I can set it up for those dates, it gives us a 2-month window. So I think that's more than enough time. So that I think I'll tell you what, if I can get this set up. Oh, and I just want you guys to know, I spoke with the Angry Prepper, I believe it was yesterday, and he said, "Yep, I'm in." So Angry Prepper is absolutely on board, and so I think that that's very, very cool. There are hotels down in the town, and then there's a couple surrounding towns that have hotels as well. But this place has places as well. So I gotta see exactly what they would want to rent out these other. Like I said, I haven't, other than going down and walking around and taking a look. I haven't been in the buildings, so I got to see what would be available that we could rent and all those type of stuff. So you might be able to rent a place right there and be able to stay there for the 3 days. So that might be, and it won't interfere with Sturgis. Exactly, Bryce. God, see, look at that. Perfect. See, that's what, and actually, it was funny because I was looking, and I'm like, I got to figure this out so that it doesn't interfere with Sturgis. See, Bryce is on top of stuff. He knows what the deal is. But yeah, but anyway, so that's going to be the game plan. I got to make sure about the tents on the property. Like I said, when I get together with them tomorrow, I have a million and one questions for them. And I'm going to ask them about that. I'm going to ask them if, have people can come and they can do tents. I'm going to ask all those questions. When I get the answers and I have that conversation and see what we're looking at cost wise, then we're going to go from there. But I will let you guys all know. I promise you. Everybody will get all the information. But I think this is looks like it could be very, very cool, and it would be a perfect spot. And if I can get this to go, man, we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna absolutely have a blast. So we're gonna definitely get all that figured out, and so it would be a lot of fun. So guys, once I get all the information, I will let you all know. I promise you. Okay. Once I have, because it's like I'm not going to tell you, okay, it's here and this is what until I know I got it locked in. I got it. It's rented. Once it's rented, I'm going to give you guys all the information, because what I'm going to want to do, DJ had a good question about the PN1 website. DJ, what did he say here? Hold on a second. Let me just look and see what DJ had to say. Okay, again, too, also, if you have questions, guys, all cap lock so they stand out for me. That really helps me a lot with that as well. I was wanting to join the forum, but it asked for my real name. I don't feel comfortable entering my real name. Can I join using the first letters of my name? Yeah, I don't see why that would be a problem, DJ. I don't see that would be a problem at all. So I don't see that would be a problem if you're going to do that. So I that's not a problem. If you want to use a letter, that's fine. So, but again, so we're gonna get everything figured out. So as soon as I have all the information, I will let you guys know. I am hoping that we can get things worked out tomorrow when I meet with them, and when I make the video for tomorrow at 3, I can have a great update for you guys and give you the information, and we can go from there. And what we're gonna definitely want to do is what we're going to want to do for sure is get RSVP type of stuff going. And it's not like you have to RSVP, but it gives me a better way to figure out how many people we're going to have when we do this, which I think is a really good way to do it. How old are each of your 4? I have 7 cats. I don't have 4. Hey, MINRLWTR. Ron Foster, prepper fiction author. Need any more reading material or too busy? Oh, hey, man, Ron, if you want to do that, absolutely. I would definitely take more reading material. No problem at all. I'm never too busy to read. Love reading. So if you want to send some stuff, I would absolutely appreciate that. And I will share that with the people on here and stuff like that as well. So thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I love reading material. I love to read. And I think the more information, again, that you can have and share, I think is a really, really good thing. So I absolutely would appreciate that. That would be great. So, all right. So interesting stuff. So first of all, I want to get in and I want to talk about the situation over in the Middle East. Okay. And all right. So the stance of our government, we back Israel. Okay. That's what we do. That's, the stance of our government is that we back Israel. But when you have somebody in Congress, Omar, right, that is basically a propaganda minister for Hamas, that is amazing to me. Catch me out. How much are your property taxes? Well, that's none of your business, actually. But thank you for being intrusive. Why would you even ask that question? I'm never going to share that information with you. Would you like me to give you, okay, so, would you like a detailed list, catch me out, of how much I make, what my expenses are each month, where I'm spending my money and stuff like that as well? Yeah, okay. Anyway, Jesus. Whew, people are a trip. Hella, stop. Such a baby. Well, she's 7 months, so she is a baby. But anyway, so anyway, we have that situation here. With the situation over there with the whole Gaza Strip and all that crap that's been going on there, you know what? I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you strictly my opinion. If you have a group of people that are trying to kill you, that have spent a tremendous amount of money to build tunnels, to try to use to hurt you, hella! I got it. She might be stuck, guys. Hold on 1 second. What's the matter? You were fine. Now stop. Yeah, I know. You're fine. Stop. Now just stop it. It's like dealing with a child, I swear to you. Here, I'll show just real quick. There she is. Big baby. There's Miss Pandora. Caesar's over there. Okay. Hey, I didn't say climb up on top of me. So I'm sorry, guys. When you have animals, it just never stops. But anyway, what am I missing here? Please don't put personal information in the chat. What am I missing? I missed something here. There is property taxes are actually public records. Okay, but you know what? I'm still not going to come on here and share with you what my taxes are. Once again, and I said it before, I'll just say it again real quick. It's nobody's business. So that's if you want to know something, guys, I'll tell you what. I'll give you an update of something. So this will make the trolls happy. Okay, good information. So recently, I had the town assessors come by. As a direct result of whoever it was that blew me into the town, right? And so, they measured all my buildings and I got my new assessment of what my property is worth according to the town. All right. And it went up substantially. So, which means my taxes will be going up this fall substantially. Again, not that it's anybody's business, but, people that want to try to cause problems, it is what it is. And, it's anytime that you own a property and you put money into your property and make your property better, right? To make your living accommodations better, the town is always going to come in and raise your assessment and tax you on it. That's just what happens. So, that is what it is. So, whatever. Not worrying about that. No, I'm not moving soon. I'm not moving anytime soon, to be honest with you. I've already talked about, I'll talk about this a little bit, guys, again. All right. I'm leaving next Saturday. I am going down to West Virginia. I'm focusing on West Virginia to look for land. Okay. If I can find something in West Virginia, I will definitely purchase a piece of property. I want something out in the woods, out in the mountains, not near a whole bunch of people. I want to be isolated. Okay. I will work on, when the winter comes then this year, I will not be in New York this year. I will be down at the new off-grid property if I purchase one. And I will be working on the infrastructure there. It may be 2, maybe 3 years. It would be the game plan, getting things in place down there, and then look at selling up here and moving down there full time. All right. That's the game plan. So, but, the Middle East conflict is over evictions from the pandemic. Well, we're gonna get back into that whole situation in a moment as well. I want to talk about more about that. But so anyway, so that's my game plan. I have no immediate plans to sell my property here. I may never sell my property here. I may keep this property and keep a second property. When winter comes, I may go south for the winter and then come back up here in the summertime. It is absolutely gorgeous up here in the summertime. Winter sucks up here, and sometimes winter is very, very long. So, as you get older, If you are not out snowmobiling and skiing and all that type of stuff, you have no reason to want to be here. I have no reason to want to be here. So that's where I'm at with that. But, we left New York 5 years ago, landed in Kentucky. We love it here. And there you go. There you go. And you know what? I don't blame anybody for leaving New York. I don't blame anybody for it. The taxes, the politics, the gun laws, the whole 9 yards, any of it. I don't blame anybody. So, but my dad, 4 years before he passed away, every winter he would go to Myrtle Beach every winter, and he would hang out there for 4 months every single year. And I remember saying, I don't blame you, and if you can do it, then do it. But, but anyway, so let's get back into things. So the whole conflict originally started because in the Gaza Strip, they were evicting people. They had, went through whatever they were doing, and they were going to be evicting people. And people in, the Gaza Strip were upset. They were protesting and stuff like that. And then you have Hamas that took over that area, is in control 2006, I believe. And so, they hate Israel and they want to see the destruction of Israel. So they have put all kinds of money into these underground tunnels and putting things. So, I mean, I'm to the point of where everything, it's concreted and supported and lighting in the whole 9 yards. So you're not thinking of a dank, dirty tunnel, and they're using that for points to attack people. Okay. They also walk around when they're there. They have, syringes, and stuff like that, so that if they can capture an Israeli soldier, then they hold them hostage. There was that happened, and they did a prisoner exchange. Some guy they had captured, and they had him for like 5 years. So think about that. You know what I mean? Being captured by people that hate you and are going to hold you hostage for 5 years. But anyway, I don't blame Israel for going after these tunnels. And, there was the conflict in 2014. They did the exact same thing in 2014. Okay. They went after the tunnels. And it was funny because so the talk is, there was the talk of that Israel sent ground forces in, right? Remember, y'all heard that? I mean, I heard it too. That was a ploy. And that was a ploy to get Hamas fighters to go into these tunnels. And then they went after the tunnels. Israel's no joke. They're not stupid people. They're very, very smart people. They're not going to put up with any kind of nonsense. Okay, they're just not going to put up with any kind of nonsense. Mr. Rose, we're going to get into the whole that here in a moment. I promise you, we're definitely going to get in. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some surveys that are out there right now as well, which is everything is ridiculous. Okay. Yes, JJ, I saw that as well. We're going to get into that too. All right. So, okay. So, but anyway, so before we go any further, guys, we got 730 in the chat. We're at 258 in a thumbs up. If you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, I absolutely would appreciate that. And thank you ahead of time. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So thank you very much for doing that as well. So we're gonna talk about all this whole stuff here in just a moment with that, and we're gonna get into that topic. I promise you. Again, if you haven't shot that thumbs up, please do so to show support for the channel, and thank you. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms, and I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's part of the game, of course, and so I do appreciate that as well. Also. If you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you very much ahead of time for doing that. So, okay, so let's get into this, okay? So Yankees, everybody is fully done with both, right? And you had, as I think it was JJ put it up there, 9 players tested positive. All right. So they have said right along that even if you got it, you could still catch it. All right. So again, my point right along. Now you're not talking about unhealthy people. The one guy, Gleyber Torres, he's a young man. So in excellent health and shape. And so, he still got it. All right. Even after getting that. So, again, my point has been right along. Why would you get something that doesn't guarantee that it's going to help when also you have no idea of the long-term side effects from it? Number two, you are the experiment, in my opinion. That's my opinion, okay? But Ed, are you hungry? Is there a sandwich that wants you? What are you even talking about, Carl? I have no idea what that's supposed to be. But Ed with the Harley Flex. Oh, of course, I got my Harley Davidson shirt on. Yeah, like I said, I went out for a ride today. So, but so anyway, all right. So now, and this is if when I watch this stuff, and I call it the propaganda. When I watch this propaganda, I'm just like, man, really, really, okay. So you have a certain percentage of the population that has had both. You've had a certain percentage of the population that has had one of the vaccines. All right, they haven't had them both yet. I think they said only 36% have had both, and I think it is like 54% of the people have had at least one. All right, and we're not going to talk about the ones that had 5 million people that had one and never went back and got their second one. We're not gonna talk about that. So now the CDC is coming out with, because again, up to this point, even if you got both, you still had to wear your mask. You still had to social distance. So again, at that point, I was saying, what's the point, right? But what you have is what the point. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. I was just looking to see what somebody was saying. Um, the point is, now they're saying, and I love the surveys. The surveys now they're saying that, okay, so now the CDC has decided in their infinite wisdom, if you've been fully vaccinated, right, if you've had everything, that now you can go ahead and you can take off your mask outdoor and indoor. Right now they're coming out with that, so you're getting your reward for complying like a good sheep and doing as you're told. You're getting your reward, right, for something. And I want you to realize this, okay? They're giving you a reward for something that you had the right to do all along in the first place. All right. Uh, I don't wear one. I go out and I do what I want to do, and I don't wear one. I actually saw somebody else today. I had to go down to town, and I had to get a couple money orders, and got to pay the bills, right? So there was another guy in the store that didn't have a mask on, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" So it's funny that when you have the majority of the people that walk around in fear and got themselves all covered up and all this type of stuff, and if they really realized how insignificant that paper mask or cloth mask was helping them, they would just toss it aside. But they don't, because they do what they're told. But anyway, the survey was saying, and I just this is so well. So first of all, they're saying that now you can do this. If you're fully vaccinated, this is what you can do. But now the question is, well, what about the people that have not done it? And they're still not going to wear a mask and stuff like that. So how do you know, right? So they're laying the groundwork. They're laying this groundwork so that they can say, well, we got to have some kind of, your identification, your papers to prove. So what are the cops going to do now? Going to go out in public, and anybody that doesn't have a mask on, they're going to stop you and ask for your papers. Like, again, what is this, Nazi Germany, right? So there's that. Now also, and this is a part that I thought was very, very funny. The vaccinated said they would not, it was like 81% or something of fully vaccinated people, right? So they're fully on board. 81% of them said they would not feel comfortable being out in public with people that were unvaccinated not having a mask on. So now they're saying that if you haven't had your shot, you still have to wear your mask. Oh, okay. All right. I'm not asking permission. I'm not doing what I'm told like a good sheep, because again, my age group, My age group. And I'm not talking about young people that'll have a 99.9% surviving. Oh my God, you better cover up and do as you're told because you have that chance of surviving if you get it, right? My age group, it's 99.5% chance of survival if I get it. All right. I'm going to tell you what, when I got my cancer, the type of cancer that I had, 98% cure rate. In 95% of the people, it does not metastasize. Only 5% metastasize, 98% cure rate. I was ecstatic with those odds, okay? Because realistically, the chances of me at that point getting it again or not being cured when they did the surgery, or the fact that it would possibly move, even with a 5% chance, I was really, really happy. And I'll take those odds every day of the week. So if I have the odds of 99.5%, I'm absolutely going to take those odds all day long, all day long. And I'm not going to walk around in fear. I'm not going to walk around scared to death in public, indoor or outdoor. So that's just my take on it. Again, everybody, you have the individual choice to do whatever you please, whatever you want to do. I'm not telling you what you should or should not do. That is absolutely not what I'm doing. I'm just going to give you some logical thinking and facts. That's all I'm going to ever do. So, but like I said, I'll take those odds, especially when, again, my cancer odds were worse, but they were still fantastic odds, and I was happy to have them. So, but yeah, you know what? And that's the thing too. Linda Hudson said when they're giving you that, and then after you get it, and they have a magnet, and they can put a magnet on somebody's arm and it sticks. That's concerning. That's heavy metals. That's absolutely heavy metals. Okay. Yeah, it's now vaxxed versus the unvaxxed. Exactly. How to videos just said. Exactly. And it's this big game in the propaganda. And see, and again, you got to understand something, guys. Because they say this survey and these are the numbers, does that make it true? No, it doesn't make it true. Because if I want to do a jaded survey, okay, so let's say I'm going to give you a great example. I want to do a jaded survey, and I want to do a survey. Let's even go back. I want to do a jaded survey 100% against Trump. So where am I going to go? I'm going to go to an absolutely Democratic enclave, some city, and I'm going to ask those people the question. And then I can come up and I can say, well, 75% of the people in this survey said, the orange man bad. Okay. So again, where if I did that same survey and I went out into the country and did that, it would probably be 100% the other way. So again, any of these surveys that they're doing, there's no validation behind these surveys. There's speculation. Again, if I want to do a jaded survey, I could absolutely do a jaded survey all day long. So, that's just, Hey, Amanda Christian. My nurse friend's sister-in-law got the jab, and the next day something burst in her eye. She is in the hospital, and they think she will lose her eye. What the? Yeah, exactly. Again, what you got to understand. Thank you very much for that information, and thank you for sharing that, and thank you very much for the donation. What you have to understand, okay? And I saw this on Facebook, and I just thought that this was absolutely awesome. Okay, so Pfizer, $4.7 billion in lawsuits and settlements for false claims, for something going wrong with something that they're putting out there. Okay. Johnson and Johnson, baby powder being contaminated and being bad for, it's just every one of these companies. There was a thing showing the different lawsuits and bad things that had happened because of that company. But yet we're supposed to 100% trust them. I'm sorry, not happening. I wrote possum prepping to get baby boomers to have a chance with owner finance to buy land, low credit, normal Um, in Bama, come visit and show you where. And oh, hold on, come visit Alabama, and I will show you around. Okay, cool, man. I don't know if I'm going as far down as Alabama, but if I ever get down that way, I definitely would love to come down and check it out. Again, thank you very much for the donation. And guys, that's Ron Foster again. So if you haven't had a chance, I want you guys to definitely go online, look up Ron Foster. He's an author. He's got a lot of great books, a lot of great information in those. And again, any things when you can do post-event type of books and read what possibly could happen. These guys do a lot of research when they write these books, and I definitely recommend that you go check those out. So. Yeah, tired of being used and abused by the medical mafia. Well, here's like I said again. Here's the problem that I have is they have pushed this so hard, and I'm going to tell you what they're never reaching what they want as far as 75 to 90% of the population. It's just not going to happen. I absolutely don't. I think there's enough people. Free fries and a burger. What? Oh yeah, yeah, he is an idiot. That guy is an idiot. The mayor down in New York City. They're trying to entice people to get it. Why are they pushing so hard? That's one of my problems. Why are they pushing so hard? I realize Big Pharma is making a ton of money off of it. These colleges and businesses are being incentivized to force their workers to get it. Okay. There is something going on with that. And like I said, I just don't trust them. I don't. And again, I have this weird, awesome thing called an immune system that works really, really well. And I'll take my chances. I mean, if there was a chance, if it was a 50-50 chance, that's a whole different ball game. Actually, if it was a 50-50 chance, I'd self-isolate. Is what I would do. I would just stay away from everybody. That's exactly what I would do. So, but, it's just, again, this last year, people have done nothing but live their lives in fear. They've listened to all this stuff. They change their mind constantly. There's never any cohesiveness to anything. And that's a problem. So. Yeah, never have pushed this hard for any other vax, even SARS or MERS. You're right. You're right, Tina Mitchell. You're 100% correct. Again, I don't get it. I don't get it. And now they're saying that they've, and again, even the ones it's not FDA. I want you to remember this. It's not FDA approved. It is emergency release approved. All right, emergency release approved. For now it's down to 12 and 15-year-olds can get it. I have a huge problem with all of it. I really, really do. And again, like I said, you guys got to make your own decisions on what you want to do, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, and it's up to you. If you get it, do I think that like I said, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to give you my opinion on what I think of people that are just running out and getting it. I'm not going to. But it's just I don't trust it. Is all I'm going to say. Hey Jeff Emery for the garden and the greenhouse. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and we got we're planting outside today. Now we are definitely taking a chance with planting now. Like I say again, usually it's May 31st is when we plant. But I looked at the 10-day forecast, and the 10-day forecast looks awesome. So I'm like, they generally know 4 or 5 days out, and then they go with whatever the trend should be. But like I said, we're leaving some stuff in the greenhouse. The rest of the stuff, we planted a lot of stuff today. So that was pretty cool. So I was happy about that. And hopefully everything is good. And again, if we do get a frost or a frost warning, we just cover up the beds with plastic or whatever the case may be to protect the plants, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Ohio's giving, I thought it was 10. How-to videos is saying is giving 5 residents $1 million each for like a lottery if you've been vaxxed. I thought it was 10. First it was 1, then I heard it was 10, and it was also 10 scholarships as well for under 18 full scholarship for any Ohio college if they win. Yeah, if they live long enough. Like I said, you know what? I have way too many concerns, and I don't feel like I'm going to try to risk my life for something that I don't need to do, that I don't need to do, you know. And again, you heard, you know, and again, it's all of us out here, guys, that are pushing back that is going to make them hesitate with this whole passport nonsense. As long as we stand our ground and say absolutely not, because again, this is not Nazi Germany. You know, if you give in, and I want you to think about this, you give in, then big pharma controls how you live your life and what you can and cannot do, what you have to have and what you don't have to have. I'm not going to have somebody that is making billions of dollars off of something dictate to me what I can and cannot do with my life. That's just me, and that's just my point on that. And what would you do if your ex forced your child to get the vax? You know, Teresa, that's a great question. They, if your ex has the children, you really don't have any kind of control over that situation. You really don't. Now, if you have custody of the children, whoever's got the custody, you know, and if you have joint custody, then that's a court fight. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's. Teresa says my ex did. Well, you know, that I'm sorry that happened. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. And I'm how old are your children? Yeah, I wouldn't, you know, that opens up a whole nother kettle of fish right there, you know, dealing with exes and children and stuff like that. So, let's see. Hey, Wendy, how are you doing, my friend? Psychic Wendy James. Okay, guys, so she's up in Canada. She is a friend of mine. We have been friends for, oh my God, probably better than 20 years. Awesome, awesome young lady. Moved up to Canada, I don't even know how many years ago now. But we've been friends a very, very long time. Very, very long time. And she had moved up to Canada and got a couple of great kids. And now her kids are grown. We were talking today, actually. Unbelievable how time flies. And it's crazy, but very, very nice person. Thank you very much, Wendy, for the donation. I do appreciate that. 24 years you've been in Canada. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So we've known each other much longer than I thought. And I know we've been, yes, Wendy is a psychic. Wendy is a psychic. So yeah, we've been friends for a very, very long, long time. Awesome, awesome person. Awesome person. We got secrets, guys. I know Wendy's dirt. Wendy knows my dirt. No, but she's good people. Very, very good people. And you know, but yeah, she's awesome. Oh, 20 years there. We've known each other for 24 years. Okay, yeah. I knew we knew each other for a while, and then you had moved up there. Yep. Yep. And then we kind of lost touch for a long time because life happens. So anyway, but no, she's good people. Good people. So but anyway, let's get back on track here. You know, it's so what do we got here? She does not know the egg count, John. Yeah, we should probably do the egg count real quick. Okay, let's do this. We will do real quickly. I'm going to ask for another thumbs up if you have not shot a thumbs up. Hey, Mr. Rose, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. So I'm going to ask really quick for another thumbs up if you have not done so already to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for that. I do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more the interaction that we get, the better it is for the channel. And so I appreciate it for that reason as well. And also, again, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So that's the third reason. And if If you are not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so egg count. What do you guys think here? I know people are already putting their numbers up here. And I saw a correct answer already, so I'm going to say if you had the same exact guess as Mike Stanton, because that was the first one that I saw that had the right answer, then you are 100% correct. And that was 10 eggs. 10 eggs today. Nice sunny day. Even with the babies moving over in with the other chickens today, it wasn't that much of an upset. And so that was good. And but yeah, we ended up with 10 eggs today. So they did well. And Thick Neck was the first egg of the day. So she laid the first egg, and but yeah, they're nice and steady. Nice and steady. So Wendy said she had 10 today too. How many chickens do you have, Wendy? How many laying hens do I have? I have 15 laying hens altogether. 15 laying hens and 2 roosters. She has 11. Wow, okay. You have all hens? You don't have any roosters? And then we're having a private. We'll talk after, Wendy. I'll call you when I'm done with the stream. We'll talk about all that then. Thoughts on when COVID-19 returns to the U.S. from India? Well, they're already saying that part of that is here already. I think because it is a flu virus. Ooh, imagine I'm saying that, right? It's obviously winding down now. It is not as prevalent at the moment. I think you will see it come back this fall. And I would be really, really interested to see the next strain of this when it comes back in the fall, how that affects those that have had the, glad you beat your cancer. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a huge stock pantry and lots of fruit trees. You inspire people. Well, man, thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm glad I beat my cancer too. It was funny when I got it, I was like, I got too much to accomplish. I don't have time. So I was like, I remember saying to my cancer doc when I found out that I had it, I remember saying to her, I said, okay, doc, what do we got to do to get this out of me? Let's get this done, and, it was definitely scary time, to be honest with you. What's the shelf life of the eggs that you collect daily? Well, I'm going to tell you what I do. Okay, so I don't refrigerate my eggs. I will tell you that right now. I never refrigerate my eggs because I don't wash my eggs until it's time to use them. So with that, you could leave those eggs out 3 months on the counter and they're going to be just fine. Okay. Kitty sighting. All right. Well, everybody's favorite little kitty. There she is, Miss Molly. And then Max is over there having a sleep. What do you think, Mau Mau? What do you think? She's a trip. She's a cool cat. So that's all I got in here for right now. It's summertime. We're not summer, spring, and they're out and about. Even, well, Max was out earlier. He must be back in for sleeping now, but I have not done a water glass method. And I'm gonna let me explain what I do with my eggs, guys. I give a lot of my eggs away. Okay. Just because I want to help other people, and that's what I do. So I give them to my neighbors and stuff like that. So if it was an emergency situation, obviously I would not be giving my eggs away at that point. But I would actually, there is a thing that you can do where you can take mineral oil, which mimics do the same thing that the coating that is on the egg, and that's why you can put it on the counter for 3 months. You have the coating from the hen that keeps that egg, and it'll be fine. But if you take and dip those eggs in mineral oil, they'll last for up to 6 months that way. Now you can do water glassing as well. Absolutely you can do that, which will extend that even longer. Okay, so there's all kinds of different methods that you can do to extend the life of those eggs. But like I said, I give my eggs away, so I don't keep a whole lot of eggs on hand at any one time. I gave Greg and Chris 2 dozen eggs today. I had the guy that came over that gave me the drone. I gave him 12 eggs. I have another neighbor that she stops by, and I told her, I said, stop by once a week and I'll give you a dozen eggs. And she does, and so I give her a dozen eggs, and then I give eggs to my neighbor next door as well. So, it's just add smoked hard-boiled eggs and pickle them. They're so tasty. I've seen pickled eggs before. I've never had a pickled egg, but I've heard that they're really, really good. So, yeah, the eggshells. Yes, putting the eggshells into your gardens is really good. A lot of calcium, and it's really, really good for your gardens. So that is absolutely a good point. Twirly Cashew just said that. Yep. So that is a very, very good point. Yes, Randy Romines, I do wash off my eggs before I eat them. Yes, I do. Check my pickled eggs video. So easy to do. North Shore Preparedness has said that. Okay, I will definitely do that. Heather will be back home here. I pick her up next Thursday, so maybe I'll have her stop in and say hello in the live stream on Friday, because then Saturday we're jetting out. Heather's going with me on my trip down south. So, and it was funny because initially, I got to tell you, initially she says, well, can my boyfriend come? And I'm like, no. I said, he went on with a vacation with us. I want some time for just you and me. I said, you spend all your time with him. I want some time for just you and me. And she's like, okay. Hey, Mike Barker, I'm only here for the cats. Well, you saw them, so that's a good thing. And thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. My cats are awesome. Oh, so somebody asked me earlier the names of my cats, or how old the cats were. So I have 7 cats. All right. I have go from the youngest to the oldest. I have Abel and Gelko are Molly's boys, and they are, I think they're 2 now. Come here, mama. Come here, baby girl. Come here, baby girl. So I think they're 2 now, which makes her about 3, and then after that, all the rest of the cats are older. The other 4, let's see, Buddy is, I have had Buddy for 7 years, and I think he was at least 2 when I got him. So he's probably about 9. Max is probably 8. Let's see, Soxy's probably, I think she was a year. So yeah, so if Max is 8, Soxy's 9. And Lucy, I'm not sure how old Lucy is, because when we got him, he adopted us, as you guys remember, if anybody's watched the channel long enough knows. But we have had him since we first got up here. In June, we'll start our 7th year up here full time. So at a guess, I would say that Lucy's probably 8 as well, in that range. So, but yeah, so they're getting older. And then we lost Bella this year. She passed away, and she was 12. So yes, the drone overview video will be coming soon. I'm going to sit down with that, mess around with it, and go from there. So yeah, so I'm down to 7 cats, and I still have 3 dogs. So Bella was a good cat. And that was Heather's baby. That was absolutely Heather's baby. Now Heather and her boyfriend are looking to getting an apartment. Okay, and if they get that apartment, she may take socks for so she has socks for that apartment. So we've talked about that, and socks would be a fine indoor cat. She was indoor before we got here, and believe me, that cat could care less if she went out or not. So that may be the case, with her. So, seen an old friend a week ago said his dad was dead in a week after the second vax. You know what? It's interesting, Big Bear Preps, and I'm sorry that happened to your friend's dad. We're not hearing those numbers. They're not putting those numbers out there of how many people are having strokes and heart attacks or adverse blood clotting. Even that has been kind of dampered down now. They're not really putting that out there as much. How many of these people are having issues once they've had this? And I want you to think about this, guys. This is honest, open discussion with this. Okay, no judgment on my part. Again, if somebody wants to be vaxxed, go do what you feel like you need to do. If you want to listen to the propaganda, knock yourselves out. But my thing is, if there is a minute chance that the cure, if you will, could have serious adverse effects on you, why would you get it? Number one. And also, my second question would be, when you know zero, oh my God, he made the OK symbol. He must be a white supremacist. I forgot that that's a white supremacist sign. And guess what? I don't care, because it's not. It means OK, or in this case, zero. There is zero research done on the long-term effects of what this is going to do to people, because they have no idea. So, and that's not making it up. That's not me being a conspiracy theorist, anything like that. There is no research for the long-term effects of this. So we don't know. So when I say to people, you are the experiment, that if you've gotten it, you are the experiment. So that's just my take on it. Again, you can do whatever you want to do. Oh, and just so you know, and I'm going to put this out here right now exactly, when I do this prepper get-together, masks are optional. I obviously will not be wearing one, and I'm not expecting anybody to wear one either. Okay, so you don't have to. Now, if you want to, again, that's your bag of beans, and you can do whatever you feel you need to do. So, you know. Jen Boyle said, brother is now in hospice care. That's not good. Nope. No. So, okay, so Hope King says, when is Israel and Gaza going to stop fighting? That's never going to happen. They have been fighting over in the Middle East for the last 2,000 years, and it's never going to stop. The Arabs over in the Middle East absolutely hate the Jews. They are their enemy. And the Jews are backed by us, so they have, they get the best equipment from us, and plus they're no joke. The Israeli fighters are absolutely no joke. So you're probably never going to see that stop over there, and hopefully that doesn't end up becoming more, that we would get dragged into something. I would hope not, but you know. The mRNA was developed years ago. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. But again, I just, Virginia governor said stores can ask for proof of vax for unmasked people. Southern couponer just said that. Yeah, it's, again, well, actually, I laughed. I got to tell you, I laughed at this online, and I'm not saying you should do this, because I would never say what you should or should not do. But there are a lot of fake people giving or selling fake inoculation cards. Okay, so they are out there. They are doing it, and they're like outraged that people are doing that, which I think is freaking hilarious. I really do. I think it's very, very funny. That's exactly what Hamas wants, so they can cry and whine to the world about it. Oh yeah, of course. And in the meantime. And I love that. That's what kills me about that whole situation over there. They're going to kill anybody that they can possibly kill, Hamas, while Israel is going to try to target just the people that that need to go, that are trying to fight them. But what does Hamas do? They put these places in schools, in hospitals, so that they know that Israel is not going to go ahead and bomb that hospital. They're not going to bomb that school. So that's why they put those things there. They use those children and stuff and old people and whatever else as human shields, which is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. But again, that whole thing has been going on forever and a day. It is not going to stop. And they're going to continue to fight each other. And, Every once in a while, you have Israel is going to go over there and they're going to clean house a little bit. And again, like right now, they're targeting the tunnels. Okay, they did the same thing back in 2014 when we had the last kind of scrimmage. Right, they went in and bombed the crap out of these tunnels. That costs a lot of money to build those tunnels. And if they can get the fighters down in those tunnels and then bomb them, then it's just a win-win for them. So, you know, so that's just that's how that goes. Let's see. You know what, guys? There is a lot of trying to figure out the right way to say this. Well, okay, so yeah, HIPAA only means you cannot disclose your info. Nothing prevents asking or them from asking you. Yes, you can. And with HIPAA, the HIPAA laws, guys, and this is the whole thing, which is part of the whole big bugaboo about the whole vaccination card in the first place. Nobody has the right to ask you what you have had or have not had. They don't have that right to do that because that's private information. Again, if you want to do it, go knock yourself out and do it. Okay. But, I look skinny. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I definitely got the weight is down, and I will keep bringing it down. I got a ways to go yet, long ways to go, but I'll get there. I got a goal in mind. Like I said, 180. I want to get back to 180. Haven't been 180 in a very, very long time. As a nurse, asking for vax proof seems to be violating what's in your body. Absolutely, and that's the point, and that's why people are fighting back against these vaccination cards, because now if they can get, so what you got to understand at the end of the day, this is about control and power, and always money. At the end of that line down there is money, okay? Because guess who's making all the money? We know who's making all the money at the end of the day. And if they can force this on people, okay, against your will, and then you have to have proof of it and have to have this card, that goes against everything. So continue to fight against that. That's my recommendation, because you should not have to have some card to prove what you have had or have not had. Now, again, it's wrong. It's wrong. Even your face looks thin. Wow. Well, thank you, Firefly Farm. Yeah, I mean, my sister told me too. She said, since I've taken the weight down, that my face looks thinner, and I'm like, good. I was too fat. I'm not gonna, I will be the first to say I was too fat, and so see, I know, and I just let me just do this really quickly. I want to put this out here for my trolls out there, and I'm really, really sorry. They used to say, well, you don't do nothing around your place. Well, now they can't say that anymore because I'm doing a lot of stuff around my place. And, having my mom and my sister here to help, it really has been a huge, huge help. You have no idea. With 3 people doing stuff as opposed to just one makes all the difference in the world. But so I disappointed my trolls that way, because we're actually doing stuff. We're making progress. The place is looking better. Now I'm losing weight, and they're not going to be able to call me fat anymore. I'm so sorry, trolls. I really, really am. You're going to have to find some other way to try to berate me or try to, make me feel bad. But nothing has worked so far, so probably nothing will work in the future as far as that goes. My wife has diabetes, and even though I'm against the shot, I stand by her decision 100%. Exactly. You know what? In a relationship, you can agree to disagree. If the one person wants to get it and one person doesn't, you should respect each other's decision. You absolutely should. And I think that needs to be how it goes. I have spoken to people in my family, and I've told them, oh yeah, well, and Terrence just said, your place looks great. Thank you. Well, I've been told before it looks like a junkyard and it's a bum and I need to clean it up. And, people don't understand. Things take time. When you're working on things take time, No, Ed, the trolls are mad because you haven't upgraded the bridges on the property. Yeah. It's I don't know. They're to me they're amusing for the most part. To be honest with you, they really are, and you're always going to get it. Again, as my buddy Steve always says to me all the time, he said, "What's the matter, Ed? You can't keep 93,000 people happy." And that's the reality of it. You're never going to keep everybody happy. Everybody's going to have an opinion, and that's fine. And I'm good with that. You know what I mean? It's somebody just said I love the greenhouse. Thank you. I love it too. I think it's awesome. I'm really glad we got it. Grumpy old man said, "Do you have any good leads for Tennessee for land?" I don't. I'm not even going to be going to Tennessee, so I'm like I said, I'm going to focus on West Virginia. That's where I'm looking for property. So the flags make it look festive. I had somebody today, I got to tell you, and I always get this too. I always get this every time. The only flag you should be flying is the American flag. Well, wait a minute. Is it your property? If you don't want to fly an American flag at your property and nothing else, go ahead. This is my place, and I'm going to do what I want to do here. That's how that works too. So, because the last time I checked, Brian Tackman says, "Hey, Ed, I'm right here in West Virginia." Oh, cool. Brian, shoot me an email. Let me know what part of West Virginia you're in, and I'll tell you where I'm looking at down there. So that's yeah. I'm definitely excited about making this trip down there, guys. I'll be honest with you. You know, anybody from West Virginia, if you give me some leads, I'll check out different areas down there. So anybody that follows the channel, if you're in West Virginia, please, shoot me an email, preppernurse1@yahoo.com. And if you can give me some tips, I would be more than happy for that. I got a couple leads already. I got a couple other things that I'm going to be checking out. Yep, I have the Swedish flag already. Yep, I sure do. Yep. So, yeah, and again, too, guys, if you want to send me, so I had somebody ask me this, and I will give you the answer to this as well. So somebody had asked me, now I said, if you send me a flag from your country, I'd be more than happy to fly it, right? I was in the Army, yes, and I have the Army flag. Yep, I have the Army flag. I have the Coast Guard flag, and I have the Marine Corps flag. So I need the Air Force yet and the Navy. So any veterans out there that watch, if you want to send the Air Force, or not the Air Force, yeah, Air Force or the Navy flag, I will absolutely fly those as well. Okay. So somebody had said, would you fly if somebody sent you a flag from China or a flag from Russia? Would you fly those? Absolutely, 100%. Now, I'm not going to fly an ISIS flag because that's not a country. Okay. I don't care what country you're in. There's good people in every country in the world. Just because somebody is in communist China, does that make them a bad person? No, it does not. Now, does China restrict and they probably don't get to watch YouTube videos? I'm sure that they don't. Okay. But again, hope, no, I'm not moving anytime soon. I'm looking for another piece of property to have a winter retreat for right now. Maybe down the road we may move. I don't know yet. So that's kind of still up in the air. I don't know. I may keep both. I've done a lot of work here. We've come a long way here. So to just walk away from it would be kind of tough, to be honest with you. And I got to tell you guys this. This one was the best. I saw this in a comment on one of my videos, and I just about died laughing. Okay. So somebody says to me, well, you do realize if you buy property down south that it's hot down there and the humidity is really, really bad. Well, it's hot here in the summertime and the humidity's like 100%. It's bad up here. I mean, it is ridiculous at times. So, I already know that, but I plan on being in the mountains anyway, so it's going to be cooler anyhow. That's my goal. I want to be in the mountains. I love my mountains. It's where I'm at, and if somebody said, well, West Virginia, you still get winter in certain parts of that. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, but it's not going to be winter in New York. It's going to be a whole different ball game down there. So winter in West Virginia would be a joke in comparison to winter in New York. That's just my that's just my take on that. We're driving down. Yep. We are definitely driving down. So, yeah. Now I haven't flown now since I did that trip to when I went out to Vegas for the motorcycle tour. That was the last time. 2 years ago was the last time I flew, and it had been a while previous to that I had flown. So, but yeah, we're driving. Actually, the you know, oh, it has Space Force flag. Yeah, yeah. If somebody's got one of those, absolutely will fly one of those too. Absolutely would fly one of those as well. So, but like I said, I'm looking forward to this trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll have a great time, and hopefully we find something, a cool property. And if I can find the right property for the right price, it will be, yeah. Winter in West Virginia is much better than winter in New York, especially in about 10 years. Yeah, well, especially with the grand solar minimum, absolutely. But like I said, again, you know, not having to deal with getting permits for everything that you want to possibly do, or permission, if however you want to put it. Not dealing with the high taxes of New York. You know, what's the distance from where you live to West Virginia? The distance makes a difference in the winter. Um, to get down to West Virginia is about 5 hours, and so it would really depend on what part of West Virginia. Now, if I went to the bottom of West Virginia and west, you're looking at 12 hours. So it really depends on where we end up going. The area that I was thinking about was possibly about 8 hours away from here, and so we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Let's see. You're looking like a superhero in the thumbnail. Well, thank you. Ed, why West Virginia? Okay. The reason I was looking at West Virginia over Tennessee and Kentucky, okay, because I was looking at Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Land in Tennessee has gotten like crazy out of sight. You got a lot of people from the West Coast have been moving to Tennessee because it is more temperate there. Okay. Kentucky, it's I got no problem with Kentucky. I like Kentucky as well. I think it's cool, but the land that I can get in West Virginia is going to be cheaper. It's going to be more isolated, and there's a lot less people in West Virginia. So those are part of the factors. And I want to, like I said, I want to be high elevation. Some of the places and areas that I was looking at, like I am 1,600 feet above sea level here. Some of the places that I was looking at down so far in West Virginia is like 2,200, 2,500. One place was 3,700 feet above sea level. So to me, that's just like, yeah, I like that. I like being up in the mountains. I want to be in the woods. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. So we'll see how it goes. We have more Florida people here in New York. Low from California. Prepper Chris just said that. Yeah, Country Road. That's right, JJ. That's funny. I think he was talking. Oh, was he talking about West Virginia? Yeah, that's right, West Virginia. Yeah, it was. That's funny. The Blue Ridge Mountains. Yep, absolutely. I like John Denver. The very best concert that I ever went to was, I never bought tickets for it. Never was planning on going. My cousin had a date, and he was going to go take this chick to go see John Denver. And so she backed out on last minute kind of deal. And so he calls me up and he's like, Ed, man, I got this extra ticket to go see John Denver. He goes, would you go with me? And I had listened to some John Denver stuff, and I was like, oh, man, I don't want to go see John Denver. He's like, please, man. He goes, I don't want to go alone. And I'm like, all right, I'll go with you. I can honestly say it is one of the best concerts that I ever been in my life. John Denver was by himself. He was not up on the stage. He was on the main floor. He had a little thing that rotated very slowly, went in a circle, so that like everybody could see him, but it was like real slow. It went around, and it was him and his guitar, and he sang, and it was absolutely fantastic. Just an incredibly good show, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I always think about that. But it was, and I've been to a lot of concerts back in the day. I was a heavy metal dude, so. But yeah, one of the best concerts I've ever been to was John Denver, and thanks to my cousin Doug, that's why I went. Prepper Chris 1, Tennessee has more Florida and New York people, not Kelly as much. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you letting me know that. Yeah, like I said, if I don't see anything that I really like, we're going to be right near Tennessee. So especially once we get into, I'm not on any kind of timetable. So I can honestly tell you, if you say to me, well, how long are you going to be gone? I have no idea. I'm going out. I'm going to look. I'm going to take my time. And if I find the right place, that's what we're going to do. And so I'm strongly leaning towards West Virginia, but am I completely counting out Tennessee or Kentucky? No, I'm not. But, if you come here, leave your evil leftist ways behind. Well, I'm not a leftist, so you ain't got to worry about that. I'm a conservative. Actually, I'm a free thinker is what I am. But no, I definitely am not. Definitely. I have some conservative views and I have some liberal views, okay? But I don't ever push my views on anybody else. You can do whatever you want to do, and that's it. But Neil Young never stopped moving for 2.5 hours. I like Neil Young too. I do like Neil Young. So yeah, there's some good entertainers. Like when I was a kid growing up, it was all Ozzy. I loved Ozzy. And then he had a little band open for him. And I know I've told you guys this story. He had a little band open up for him on one of his tours. And I was like, who are these guys? And it was Metallica. And I was hooked on Metallica with the speed metal. Oh, my God, they were unbelievable. There's Miss Molly again. Do you want to go outside, dear? Give me a few minutes and I'll let you out. So anyway, yeah, I know she's ready, but she can wait. So, but no, Ozzy's awesome. I don't know how the guy's still alive. Well, him, who's the other guy that's amazing that he's still, Keith Richards. How's Keith Richards still alive? That would be my question. So, but yeah, Ozzy, love Ozzy. So, Cat Stevens, awesome as well. Yep, great songs. CC, everybody's putting out their bands now. Yeah, there's a ton of great bands, guys. Allison Krauss and Union Station, love them. Love the bluegrass. Like I said, I listened to a little bit of everything. So, hey, Prepper Chris 1. Shenandoah is awesome place if you change your mind in Tennessee. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm also looking at the prices of land, and I can get a lot more bang for my buck in West Virginia. And that's one of the things that, James Osborne said, Kentucky would be a great for you. It's the best move I made. Yeah, like I said, I'm open if I can find the right property. Absolutely open if I can find the right property. So I'm just going to go down. I'm going to take my time. We're going to have, an adventure, and we're going to see what we can see. And that's how we're going to do it. So anyway, so let's do this, guys, because it's 11 after 9 already. Time flies. Let's do, I'm going to ask for another thumbs up because we're at 870 or it's 784 in the chat, 579 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. And also, again, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. It's just a game I like to play. I like to see how we do. But so thank you for doing that. Also, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. Real quick, I want to talk about my website, and then we're going to do We Are Legion. So my website, preppernurse1.com. If you go there, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community, which is a great resource to meet like-minded people. Definitely take advantage of that. You do have to register. But no credit card information is asked, and it's a great resource to connect. If you were looking for somebody in your state or your country, you can find somebody there. Also, read the message boards and just interact with folks. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So again, if you go to preppernurse1.com, you'll see their logo, the Forefathers. You click on it, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, make sure you hit the discount code PrepperNurse1 when you check out. Put that in there, and you'll save yourself 15% on your purchase. Pink Floyd, yes, love Pink Floyd too. So also on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have You go in there, you click on store, it drops down, it'll say legacy food. We have the freeze-dried foods available there. I will be doing a sale towards the end of this month. So if you just want to wait on that, I would encourage you to wait so you can save yourself some money. I will be doing a sale end of this month, first part of June. Okay, so we will definitely be putting that out there for you guys so that you can take advantage of that. But if you can't wait, the stuff is there. They're shipping things out pretty quickly now, which is great. So it's a better time to get stuff when it's not an emergency and everybody and their brother is trying to buy something all at once. Okay, so that's the time to do it. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten free, available options, largest portion size of any of the other freeze dried food companies. Really, really good stuff. I have it in my preps as well. Okay, so let's do Twisted Sister. Yes, love Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it. I came out of the military after I got done with basic training, and that had come out, and that was like a big song at that point. So, and that's what we were, is that a pledge pin on your uniform? So anyway, sorry. Nostalgia. So anyway, guys, we are Legion. Where's everybody from tonight? We have Hudson, Florida. And that's the good Legion, not the bad biblical Legion. Just saying. We have Eastern Kentucky. Franklin County, Ohio. Montreal, Canada. Beech Grove, Indiana. Texas, Tennessee. The Adirondacks. Nowhere, Oklahoma. There you guys are. Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Colorado, BC, Canada. New Zealand. Southwest Ontario, Canada. Cape Cod, Wisconsin. San Antonio, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Blaine, Minnesota, Tennessee again, New Mexico, West Warren County, Pennsylvania, Hudson Valley, New York. We have Kansas, Southwest Ontario, and that's in Canada, New Mexico, Mesa, Arizona, Los Angeles, South Texas, let's see, Maryland. We have Florida again, Northern California, Australia, Reno, Nevada, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, West Tennessee, let's see, Southwest Oklahoma, Southeast Missouri, Reno, Nevada, California. Once again, we have Georgia, Jersey Shore, very nice, Ulster Park, New York, Missouri and the Ozarks, Northern Utah. We have Adeline, South Australia, very nice. Welcome. Kentucky, Missouri, San Diego in California, Liverpool, England, very nice. Massachusetts, and I know I always say it wrong, and I don't care. West Virginia, Melbourne, Australia. The Aussie flag, you sent me one last November? I don't remember getting one. I have to look and see if I have to look in my box and see if that's there. I don't remember. I don't know if I have the Australian flag. I know I have the New Zealand flag. Saskatchewan, Canada. I saw something else here too. Hold on a second. We got Alabama, Hamlin, West Virginia, California. Carly Simon, loved her voice as well. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Spokane, Washington, Missouri, Olympia, Washington. So anyway, guys, we are all over the states, all over the world. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We are definitely a huge group that can work together. We should work together. We should be helping each other out. Definitely connecting. Oh, Stevie Nicks, yes, she's got a fantastic voice as well. I'll tell you what, who's got an absolutely phenomenal voice. And the first time I heard her sing, I could not believe that voice came out of that little bitty body. And that is, oh my God, I'm trying to think. Christina Aguilera. Unbelievable voice. Just fantastic. Another one that has an absolutely unbelievable voice is Sarah Brightman. Another one, little bitty tiny thing and just a very powerful voice. So, all right. So anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job. Andre Buccelli would be another one. Love his voice too. Just a fantastic singer. Moody Blues, yep, love the Moody Blues, yep. So Whitney Houston, yes, very powerful voice as well. Carrie Underwood's fantastic, yep. So, but anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do a great job keeping the chat clean. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to moderate for me. I do appreciate you. Also, I want to thank all of you for being here because you guys are awesome. You make the shows, and great questions and interaction in the chat, which is very, very cool as well. Yep, I'm Generation X. Yes, I am. Probably the last great generation. No, actually, Generation X is the last generation that was able to go out and play all night and not have to worry, or all day. And then when we came home at night when it got dark, we didn't have to worry about it. Like when my kids were growing up, we kept an eye on everything just because you had to, So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can get past that nonsense between race, religion, and political affiliation, that's what they want us to be, fighting each other over those stupid little things. We're all the same. We bleed red. When you cut us, we all bleed the same. Okay. So, Scorpions, love the Scorpions too. I saw them, Scorpions and Metallica, and then Van Halen was the headliner at Monsters of Rock, Rich Stadium in Buffalo, 1994, I think. It was either, was it 94 or 92? One of those two. It was one of those 2 years. I can't remember exactly what year, but yeah, that was an awesome concert. So anyway, and there was a couple opening bands. I couldn't tell you who they were anymore, but those were the three headlining bands of that tour. So also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So please make sure you tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive. Stay away from negative people that want to bring you down. You're going to get so much further in life. Just set those goals and then make them happen. And again, the only one stopping you from doing it is you. I am a prime example of that, what we've done here, So anyway, you guys have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow after my meeting with them in the morning. I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully, when I do the 3 o'clock video, I'm going to give you guys a great update, hopefully, and we'll have some good information, okay? Have a great night. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.